Okay, so I'm having a few issues with this mock-up that I decided to try, where it's like more of like a, I guess it's like a sleeve my boob sits in. Like, I don't know, I've never really worked with anything, like I said before, that like cups my boobs. Everything's sort of been as flat as possible, or it's just like a natural shirt covering. So, yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to do, if I'm going to keep doing this style, because this is kind of really close to what from what I can see, from what the costume is made out of, from Thor Ragnarok. But yeah, I'm just having like a lot of issues with it. So I'm probably going to have to modify it so it's not like a straight up boob holder. But that's really annoying me. So I've pinned it to sort of finish one half, and then I was going to sew it together to sort of see if it fits and if I can get it to work, but I'm just getting really annoyed at it. So instead I've been working on basically when I make anything that's going to be really fitted to like my breast shape, this will basically, once it's been covered, I can lay whatever I need to lay on top of it, iron it, and then it'll keep a rounded shape. So I've been working on that instead. So gotta get around to this eventually, because it's February and I haven't really moved past the mock-up stage, so I'm thinking I might have to just get around to doing that at some point. But yep, that's what I'm up to so far. Hopefully I can really get some ideas after I put it together and see how it fits again. Well, I have no idea if this is in focus or not, but this is the third or fourth mock-up of it. I can't remember what I said in the last clip. Obviously I can't do the backup, but it's fitting a lot better, like how I want it to. It's not as what I want it to do, but maybe when I get it like fully assembled, it'll sort of do what I need it to do down the center. But I also think that I'm either too broad or I chose the wrong cup size, because this is sitting up here when it's supposed to be sitting like under here. So that's something I'm going to have to look at before I really move on. But otherwise it fits really nicely. It fits, if I can get the pieces, like it pulls nice and tight, so it does cinch in my waist a little bit. But I mean, that's what the slim wear's for. But yeah, it's getting somewhere. Okay, so I just got back from work and I haven't actually filmed any of my progress for a little bit, so this is a new mock-up because I'll insert an image, but yeah, the bodice was just way too short, and I don't even have that long of a torso, so and it's just clearly meant for the size that I am. The pattern just wasn't like long enough for how tall I am. Anyway, this is the new, oh, it's upside down. This is the new pattern piece. So this is the back, and I actually added 4 inches onto the length, which is like, it's a lot, because I don't know, for some reason the size 12 like fits me, but it's not long enough, so that was an issue. Anyway, so added onto that, and also I have quite muscular thighs, I guess, so a lot of extra fabric had to be added on here. So this is just part of the mock-up. So yeah, so it fits like really well up on my hip, but just for whatever reason did not fit really well anywhere else. Like everywhere else was like way too tiny, and like that's even with like making sure I had stretch added in. Like I tested it with like the size like around the bottom of the leg and like certain points throughout the leg, like it just wasn't, it was too tight, and especially if I want to put like the foam pieces on. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to modify it because I want the seam going down the back. But maybe I'll keep it to the inside. I don't know. I'm going to try and keep it to the back because that's what it is. Like there's a visible seam going down the back of it. And I want to try and merge this back bodice together. And then I also added in, because I had another look at some of the promotional shoots, and she actually has like a little like midsection, like right over her sternum is just like a straight piece of fabric. So I'm just testing out how it looks with that, and if it doesn't really make a big difference to how it sits, then I'll probably stick with having the middle panel. But if it like really changes it and it doesn't fit as well as it does, I'm just going to go back to having the middle seam. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like the arms were almost the right length. I just had to lengthen them by like 2 inches. Which that'll probably be my next video, is just showing you what the patterns look like after I completely destroy them. So yeah. So I'm on to my 4th mock-up now for Hela. So do I have her over here? No. So this was the first one, which was the photo I put in before. And then where's my... This is the one. Is this the one? No, these are my legs. Aha, there it is. This is the one that is the most recent one. And as you can see, I was able to sew it together and I was able to fit it on. However, it was still really tight around my hips. I did pop a couple of seams. And it is still a little bit too short, but it's actually too short through this way now, instead of through like the waistline, which you can also see here with this pattern. I've had to increase it by about 4 centimeters because I am just really broad, and it's really annoying when it's a fitted pattern. Because even though I'm doing it out of stretch fabric, I don't want it to be like super tight, because then when I have the foam pieces on top, it's going to stretch out weirdly. So I want to make sure that it's as tight as possible without warping the fabric too much. So this is what I'm up to now. I'll just get the patterns. So all the patterns originally came from here. Now I like to edit my patterns a lot, so I traced them out. I think this was my first go. So yeah, so they were a mixture of different patterns, and then I put it together, see what I wanted to joined it together as the pattern piece. As you can see here, this was my original back piece, which I'll just show you how much editing I've done with that. So this is the original back piece. Okay, alright, so original back piece, and now my edited one. You can see this is most likely going to be the final back piece. It's a lot longer and it's a lot wider. So hopefully this will be my last round editing the pattern, and then I can finally move on to getting all of the accent pieces done, but we shall see how it goes. Okay, so I've now got most of my patterns just pinned up on my pin board here. So close to cutting it out on fabric. It's just got a couple more things I've got to change. So first I was going to have the leg piece be 2 different pieces. So like part 1 was like a part of the bodysuit, and then part 2 was going to be like a boot cover that then went over that, but then with the amount of detail that I'm going to be putting into it, and then also having 2 different fabrics, it would be a little bit too bulky. So now I have to quickly do a mock-up to see where this sits on my leg, because I can't quite remember where I cut it off to. I think I cut it off to my ankle. And then I'm going to lay the boot pattern on top to then make sure that it's going to fit properly. But once I have done that, it's ready to go to fabric. So that'll be my next set of videos.